What if the reason you're feeling more tired after 50 has nothing to do with getting older? Most people assume low energy is just part of aging. They believe that feeling slower, needing more naps, and struggling to get through the afternoon is simply what happens as the years go by. But scientists are discovering something much more interesting. In many cases, the problem isn't age itself. It's what happens inside your cells. As we get older, our mitochondria, the tiny energy factories inside nearly every cell, can become less efficient. Chronic inflammation may slowly rise. Nutrient absorption may decline. And little by little, the body starts producing less energy than it once did. The surprising part? Some of the foods that may help support these systems aren't expensive supplements or exotic superfoods. In fact, several have been sitting in grocery stores and family kitchens for generations. One food on today's list helps your body deliver oxygen more efficiently. Another contains compounds researchers are studying for their effects on cellular energy and healthy aging. And the final food is found in some of the longest living populations on Earth. If you've been wondering why your energy feels different than it used to, stay with me, because these 7 foods may change the way you think about aging forever. And number 7 might be the most surprising of all. Number 1. Beets. At first glance, they don't look like anything special. They're inexpensive, easy to find, and often pushed to the side of the plate while people focus on trendier health foods. But beneath that deep red color is something remarkable. For centuries, beets have been consumed across Europe and parts of Asia as a source of nourishment and endurance. Long before sports drinks existed, laborers and farmers relied on simple foods like this to help sustain energy during physically demanding days. What makes beets especially interesting today is their natural nitrate content. Once consumed, these compounds can be converted into nitric oxide in the body. Nitric oxide helps relax blood vessels and improve circulation. Why does that matter? Because every cell in your body depends on oxygen. Better circulation can mean more efficient delivery of oxygen and nutrients to muscles, organs, and tissues. And when your cells receive what they need, energy production becomes more efficient. In recent years, researchers have become increasingly interested in beetroot because of its potential role in supporting exercise performance, cardiovascular health, and physical stamina. The best part is that you don't need complicated recipes. You can roast them, grate them into salads, blend them into smoothies, or drink a small glass of beet juice. Even adding them a few times per week can be an easy way to bring more nutritional support into your routine. Many people spend their lives searching for more energy in a cup of coffee. Sometimes the answer starts with better blood flow. Because when oxygen travels farther, energy often follows, and the next food on our list helps nourish the very cellular structures responsible for creating energy in the first place. Number 2. Sardines. Many people overlook them because they're small, inexpensive, and often associated with older generations. Yet, in many coastal communities known for exceptional health and longevity, small, oily fish have been dietary staples for centuries. What makes sardines so special is that they deliver several key nutrients involved in energy production at the same time. They're rich in high-quality protein, which provides the building blocks your body needs to repair and maintain tissues. They're also an excellent source of vitamin B12, a nutrient essential for the formation of red blood cells and the transport of oxygen throughout the body. But perhaps even more interesting is their content of omega-3 fatty acids and CoQ10. CoQ10 is a compound found naturally in the body and plays a central role inside mitochondria, the tiny energy factories that generate cellular fuel. Researchers have observed that natural CoQ10 levels tend to decline with age, which has led to growing scientific interest in its connection to vitality and healthy aging. Meanwhile, omega-3 fats help support healthy inflammatory balance, an important factor because chronic low-grade inflammation is increasingly recognized as one of the hidden contributors to fatigue later in life. Adding sardines to your routine doesn't have to be complicated. You can enjoy them with olive oil and lemon, add them to salads, spread them on whole grain toast, or mix them into simple Mediterranean-style meals. Sometimes the foods that create the biggest impact aren't the most expensive. They're the ones our grandparents already knew were valuable. And while sardines help nourish your cellular energy factories, the next food supports something equally important: the steady release of energy throughout the day without the crashes that leave so many people exhausted by afternoon. Number 3. Lentils. They rarely appear in flashy advertisements. They aren't marketed as a miracle food. Yet for generations, lentils have been a cornerstone of traditional diets across the Mediterranean, the Middle East, India, and many other regions where people learned how to nourish themselves with simple, powerful foods. What makes lentils especially valuable for energy after 50 is that they work differently from the quick fixes most people rely on. Many modern foods create a temporary surge in energy, followed by a sharp crash. The result is a cycle of highs and lows that leaves people reaching for another coffee, another snack, or another source of stimulation. Lentils offer a more stable approach. They contain complex carbohydrates that are digested gradually, helping provide a slower, steadier supply of fuel. They are also rich in plant protein, fiber, magnesium, and iron, nutrients that play important roles in energy metabolism. Iron deserves special attention. One hidden cause of fatigue can be inadequate oxygen transport throughout the body. Iron is essential because it helps form hemoglobin, the protein that carries oxygen in the blood. Without sufficient oxygen delivery, even healthy cells can struggle to perform at their best. Researchers have long recognized that low iron status can contribute to feelings of tiredness, weakness, and reduced physical performance. At the same time, the fiber in lentils helps support digestive health and may contribute to more stable blood sugar levels, which can help reduce the roller coaster effect many people experience after meals. Adding lentils is surprisingly easy. They can be used in soups, stews, salads, grain bowls, or even blended into spreads. A single serving adds substantial nutrition without requiring major changes to your routine. Real energy isn't always about creating a bigger spark. Sometimes it's about keeping the fire burning steadily. And the next food contains minerals so important for energy production that many experts consider deficiencies one of the most overlooked causes of fatigue today. Number 4. Pumpkin seeds. They're often treated as a snack, a garnish, or something to sprinkle on top of a salad. But these tiny seeds contain an impressive concentration of nutrients that support some of the body's most important energy-producing processes. For centuries, indigenous cultures throughout the Americas valued pumpkin seeds as a source of nourishment and resilience. They understood something modern science is now confirming. Sometimes the most powerful nutrition comes in surprisingly small packages. One reason pumpkin seeds stand out is their magnesium content. Magnesium participates in hundreds of biochemical reactions throughout the body, including many directly involved in energy production. In fact, every cell relies on magnesium to help convert food into usable energy. The challenge is that many adults don't get enough of it. Researchers have found that low magnesium status may be associated with fatigue, muscle weakness, reduced physical performance, and feelings of low vitality. And because symptoms often develop gradually, people may never realize that a nutritional gap could be contributing to how they feel. Pumpkin seeds also provide zinc and iron, two additional minerals that support immune function, oxygen transport, and overall metabolic health. Together, these nutrients create a powerful combination, not because they act like stimulants, but because they help support the systems your body already uses to create energy naturally. The easiest way to use pumpkin seeds is to keep them visible. Add them to yogurt, oatmeal, salads, smoothies, or simply enjoy a small handful as a snack. It's a simple habit that takes seconds, yet it delivers nutrients your cells may be quietly asking for every day. Because fatigue isn't always a sign that you're doing too much. Sometimes it's a sign that your body is missing something essential. And the next food on our list has captured the attention of scientists for an entirely different reason: its surprising connection to cellular energy and healthy aging. Number 5. Pomegranate. Ancient civilizations treasured it. It appears in the traditions of Persia, Greece, India, and the Mediterranean. For centuries, it symbolized life, abundance, and strength. Today, scientists are discovering that this ancient reputation may have been pointing towards something surprisingly real. Pomegranates are rich in polyphenols, natural plant compounds known for their antioxidant properties. But what has attracted particular scientific interest is what happens after you eat them. Certain compounds found in pomegranates can be transformed by the gut microbiome into molecules called urolithins. Researchers have been studying these compounds because of their potential relationship with mitochondrial health, the very structures responsible for producing energy inside cells. This is important because aging doesn't simply affect our muscles or joints. It affects the tiny cellular systems that generate the fuel needed for every heartbeat, every step, every thought, and every movement. As mitochondrial efficiency declines over time, energy production may become less effective. That's one reason scientists are increasingly exploring nutritional strategies that support healthy cellular function. Pomegranates also contain compounds that may help support healthy inflammatory balance and cardiovascular health, both of which play important roles in maintaining vitality as we age. The best part is that incorporating them into your routine can be incredibly simple. Enjoy the seeds on yogurt, add them to salads, blend them into smoothies, or choose pure pomegranate juice with no added sugar. The goal isn't to chase a miracle. It's to consistently give your body the raw materials it needs to function well. And that's where many people go wrong. They look for energy in stimulation when they should be looking for support. Because true vitality isn't created by forcing the body forward. It's created by helping it work the way it was designed to work. And the next food may be the missing link many people never consider when they think about energy: the health of their gut. Number 6. Fermented foods. When most people think about low energy, they think about sleep, caffeine, stress, or aging. Very few think about their gut. And yet, scientists are paying increasing attention to the connection between the microbiome and how energetic we feel. That's where fermented foods enter the picture. For thousands of years, cultures around the world preserved foods through fermentation. Long before refrigerators existed, people consumed foods like yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi, miso, and other fermented staples as part of daily life. What they didn't know was that these foods were also helping shape the vast ecosystem of microorganisms living inside the digestive tract. Today, researchers recognize that the gut microbiome influences far more than digestion. It plays a role in nutrient absorption, immune function, metabolic health, and even communication between the gut and the brain. Why does this matter for energy? Because your body can't effectively use nutrients that it struggles to absorb. Even a nutrient-rich diet may not deliver its full benefits if digestion and absorption aren't functioning optimally. Scientists are also investigating how imbalances in the gut microbiome may contribute to inflammation, which is increasingly viewed as one of the hidden drivers of fatigue and age-related decline. This doesn't mean fermented foods are a cure-all, but they may help support one of the most fundamental systems involved in maintaining vitality. Adding them to your routine can be surprisingly easy. A serving of plain yogurt, a glass of kefir, a spoonful of sauerkraut, or a small portion of kimchi can introduce variety and beneficial compounds into your diet. Small habits often create the biggest changes, because energy isn't produced by one organ, it's the result of many systems working together. And when the gut functions better, the rest of the body often has a better chance to do the same. Now we're about to reach the final food on this list, and it may be the one most closely connected to the world's healthiest and longest living populations. Number 7. Extra virgin olive oil. At first, that might sound surprising. After all, how could something as simple as olive oil have anything to do with energy after 50? The answer lies in one of the most important discoveries in modern aging research. Scientists increasingly believe that chronic low-grade inflammation may be one of the hidden factors behind declining energy, slower recovery, and many of the changes people associate with growing older. And few foods have been studied more extensively for healthy aging than extra virgin olive oil. For thousands of years, it has been a foundation of traditional Mediterranean diets. In regions famous for exceptional longevity, olive oil is not treated as a supplement or a health trend. It's simply food, day after day, year after year. Researchers have identified hundreds of biologically active compounds in high-quality extra virgin olive oil, including polyphenols that help protect the oil and potentially support the body as well. Some studies suggest these compounds may help support healthy inflammatory balance, cardiovascular health, and cellular function, all of which are closely connected to how energetic we feel. Think about it this way. Your body is constantly producing energy, but it's also constantly managing wear and tear. The greater the burden on those repair systems, the fewer resources may be available for vitality, performance, and resilience. Using extra virgin olive oil is one of the simplest habits on this list. Drizzle it over vegetables, salads, lentils, fish, or whole grains. Replace highly processed fats when possible, and make it part of everyday meals, rather than an occasional addition. The people who age well rarely rely on one miracle solution. They build their health through consistent daily choices, and few choices have stood the test of time quite like this one. Because sometimes the secret to lasting energy isn't found in something new. It's found in something humanity has trusted for thousands of years. If you look closely at these 7 foods, you'll notice something remarkable. None of them were chosen because they promise instant energy. They were chosen because they support the systems that create energy in the first place. Beets help improve circulation. Sardines help nourish cellular energy production. Lentils provide steady fuel. Pumpkin seeds supply essential minerals. Pomegranates support healthy cellular function. Fermented foods help the gut do its job. And extra virgin olive oil supports healthy aging from the inside out. That's the hidden lesson. The real cause of low energy after 50 isn't always age. Sometimes it's what your cells have been missing. And perhaps the most powerful part of this story is that these foods have been around for generations. They were never hidden. We just stopped paying attention. So I'd love to hear from you. Which of these foods do you already eat regularly? And which one are you going to add to your routine first? Leave a comment below and let us know. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and join us for more science-backed discoveries that can help you stay stronger, sharper, and more energized as the years go by. Because getting older is inevitable. Feeling old isn't.